Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to whoever you are, wherever you are around the globe. This is Building Returns with Source My Property, and we are on Radio Works World. My name is John Stokoe, and tonight I'm joined by a special guest from Switzerland, Cedric Vinclair. Good evening, Cedric. How are you this evening?
Good evening, John. I'm very well, thank you. A great pleasure for me to be here. Very nice.
Awesome, fantastic. Thanks, Cedric. Cedric, as I mentioned to you before, we are a property program and we are hosting property professionals and growing and developing property businesses, pretty much the movers and shakers around the world. And I'm really excited to know you and to be able to have you on our show, and really looking forward to getting your message out, who you are, what you are about, and the successes that you have had in the property business. So I just want to get straight to it. Can you explain to our viewers, can you highlight who you are and what your involvement is and what your business what your property business really is?
Yeah, thank you, John. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me. I mean, this is really a very nice opportunity to talk to you and to share a bit our experience. And I think there's a lot to say for the outside world. My journey is quite impressive for myself and for my family, because that has always been the target, has always been my family, that's always been my why. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have over 2 decades of experience, and I totalized over 2 billion of project completion. Basically, today we are targeting real estate investment opportunities in the strongest economic areas, like Switzerland, where we are based, of course, as mentioned, in the UK and Germany. Okay, and this is really what we are doing now. Is really focusing on the real estate investment, and moving forward this type of development. We're looking, of course, for existing building, redeveloping, and moving forward now to developments, not just in Switzerland, but as well in the UK and in Germany. And this has been for us a big year, and we are very proud about the result that we had.
Okay. Tell me, Cedric, who is involved in the business?
And mainly it's a business is with my wife, and we started 2 years ago because we wanted to be together. We wanted to have a life together, not just being behind the office 12 hours a day, and coming back and just say hello and go bed and have the normal routine. We wanted to have something much different. We had it all, as we say. We had I was in upper management in the big corporate in Fortune 500, and really we decided to move forward and use our experience and skill and knowledge and network to build up the business and really take it to the next step in very, very short time.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. And you're talking about developments all around the world. Can you give an example of one that you have recently completed? Don't worry, I won't ask you for any of the tricky numbers, but can you give an example of the scale of the development and the timeline involved and where it was, etc.?
Yeah, sure. Basically, we have a different type. We have a small to medium development, what are usually over a year, and that I will call them more redevelopment, because we use an existing commercial or building that already exists, and we convert it. We will convert it to residential, flats, or even other commercial activities. And we have as well the second step, where we do more industrial development, where we have now ongoing in the UK, in the north area. We have a industrial development, where we do 10,000 square meter of offices, of workshops, and this is for the UK. In Switzerland as well, we just starting now a big project in Zurich area, right downtown, just at the train station, just on the side of the train station, 15,000 square meters of offices, working spaces, techno park concept, right in Zurich. And this is what we are starting now. That has been a very challenging project, but now we are writing and very excited about it. And this is for Switzerland. We have few more coming down the line next year on this type, because we push this process, this concept to other cities in Switzerland, and of course other new project. And as well in Germany now we are working in restructuring a commercial development, an existing one, and bringing a boost for the coming years.
Good. So you're working in a mix of commercial and residential of various different sizes. I suppose you call it small to medium size developments, not super massive, not just yet. What countries do you currently have a footprint in, Cedric?
In the UK, this is one of the footprint that I have. It has, this is really depend on the area where we are working in. We have different areas that match different strategies. And if we go on the northwest of the UK, we will go more on the redevelopment, where we move on to residential to flats, because here there's a big demand in residential. And basically, we are developing a lot of flats. We have done this year more than 27 flats.
Okay, good.
And we are actually right now, this week or tomorrow, we are exchanging for a 16 flats building, and for as well for a house that we are going to do in service accommodation. Then we have quite a lot on the east side of UK. We are doing more development, industrial development, but as well, of course, residential, because there's always a big demand in this area. This is our main focus. In Switzerland and Germany, that will be more commercials. The demand for residential is not that high, but there's a big development in industries, and small and medium industries are growing a lot in Switzerland and Germany, and there's a big demand in this area.
That's fantastic. Now, Cedric, you either have a very high amount of airmiles, or you're working closely with some partners that help find or source opportunities for you.
Yeah, sure. That we have really for each and every area we have really dedicated teams with a really trusted organization that we are working with. We have a strong partnership locally. I have a key team partners that we are really associate together. This is my team, my direct team, but we really have as well for each and every area, we have our core team, I would say, which really give us the trust and the credibility on whatever we do.
Do you come from a building background, or do you engage well with a reputable building or large building company that can help you exercise on time, on budget, etc.?
A corporate background, where I have been in construction for more than 20 years. And even if I look younger, I have developed a lot of experience in development around the world, and for big development. And this experience, I took it and nurtured it into my business, and build up my partners was my key competence. And managing the project and implementing business structure and project structure. As I mentioned, I totaled more than 2 billion project execution, where there was a high track record and high result on all of them.
Okay, fine. And can you explain to me the role that you play and the role that your wife Valeria plays in the business?
Sure. That I would be more the technical side of the business, the structure, all what is related to the execution, finding the deals, coordinating the deals, while she will be much more related to the social aspect, the interaction with the people, promoting us, being part of the world. She is more the outside face of the company, where she's really attracting the link. She's very good in social media, and giving us all those connections. I mean, we have as well a newborn. Then she has as well to take care of it, definitely more than me. And he's 4 months now, and he's already taking a big part of our social approach. And this plus the club, she's as well taking care a lot about the club. We have as well, we own the chapter of International Business Club here in Switzerland. And she's really dedicated a lot to this club, and she's taking care about our network, because for every business, the network is your net worth. And this is really what we are building and nurturing as well a lot.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, Cedric, you've given me a brief idea of where you've been, what you're currently working on. What's the vision? You know, the old HR interview question, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Where do you see you taking this business?
And I mean, this business is not just creating money or just do business. It is the main idea behind is really to give back to others. Then the way that we're structuring it's really to give more back to the community than just for us. That's what we want and what we started. And from beginning of 2018, we are developing our own charity organization, which will be still on the business entrepreneur concept, where we want to build in remote areas or third world countries business entrepreneur centers, where we want to give opportunities to local people to learn how to use their own resources and be more outside, be able to learn to do business and be able to bring more to their areas, to the environment, and of course grow their areas. Then we have already I would say we have already an area in Peru where we are going to start our first center. And this is as well something that excites us a lot, because what we do is with our investors, we give them as well the opportunity to participate directly to those projects, directly and indirectly. It means basically for every investment that they are going to do, they are going to participate with even seeing it on them, on their return, because this is all absorbed as well with the tax regulations, with tax system. Then it's a very big win-win situation for everybody.
That's fantastic. You know, it seems to be a common theme nowadays of anybody that's successful. Well, not anybody. The people that are really successful definitely have this holistic, this giving back, this pay it forward approach. Both you and I were at an event a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of the Hollywood superstars, in fact, I'd say pretty much every single one of the superstars, pretty much put it down to, it's not about the money, it's the good that you can do with the money that you earn. And that sounds like exactly what you're doing. And from my heart, I really must commend that. I think that's a fantastic approach, and something that'll set you out and set you aside from just your run-of-the-mill other property developers. And I know that'll help you stride in your success moving forward. But on that theme, people talk about USPs. People talk about things that make you different and separate you from your competitors and have you stand out. Obviously, you have the charitable aspect, which is phenomenal, and again, really commend you for that. Is there anything else that you feel sets you guys apart from anybody else? What is your USP?
Yeah, sure. And I mean, for us, the main and the very important side of it is we want to guarantee everything that we bring. You know, there is no, we want to cut all the risk up front. Then with our experience, with our knowledge and all things, we really handle all our project in a way that we cut all the risk up front. And this is why we can allow and afford to guarantee the return to our partners. Then all the project that we have. Sorry?
How would you do that?
Mainly we back it up with our portfolio, without existing asset as one. And of course, the team is really dedicated to provide when we identify a project, we really assess it in a way that all the risks are taken apart. I know that during execution, we will face new risk, but we are professional, experienced, knowledgeable, and we know how to handle risk and to minimize the impact on the project. Then this is why with our portfolio, with our knowledge and experience, we are able to guarantee the return on a project.
Okay,
and
fantastic.
All our projects are return guaranteed.
All right, that's fantastic. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are leaving property education schools and are starting out on their own property portfolios, which is admirable. But I think the thing that sets you aside from anybody else, you could say you've just been in the business for 2 years, but you haven't. You've got a long-standing and very successful background of 20 years experience in the corporate side of things from a building perspective. So I'm sure that's obviously, you've utilized a lot of those skill sets and risk reduction techniques to apply into your current business now, which is probably one of the key reasons which has seen you succeed and take off and build as many developments that you have in such a short space of time. So that's brilliant. Just moving on quickly, Cedric, identity. You were talking about Valeria and working on the social aspect. Tell me about branding, if branding is important to you, and how you actually brand yourself so that you can get your personal brand message out there into the big ether where everybody else can see it.
Sorry. Branding is really, is extremely important, especially today. Everything is related to social media, is communication, and medias is all around. What we do as a company, as I mentioned to you, my wife is really the expert on that. She's really all over the social media in Facebook. And you certainly saw all the posts that we have. You can look on our Facebook. You will see how we promote ourselves. Not just
how would my viewers find you on Facebook? Is it Vinclair Property Partners? Just yourself?
The web page is Vinclair Partners. The Facebook is myself. It's just Cedric Vinclair. And I'm open, and myself, I don't cover or I don't try to hide. That's my name is my brand. This is our name is really what we want to show out. Our company is as well in the UK. Our main company is Vinclair Investment Partners, then also called VIP. Then we are really focused on our name. We really want to promote ourselves. We really want to brand our name. And yes, we are on the social medias. This is really good. And now we even go on the media itself. It means that one of our projects that I talked a bit earlier, the development, this industrial development that we have in the northern side of the UK will be promoted. We have the media that will go there. We have quite a big program for the execution of this project. It will go even on Channel 4, that you know. And yeah, that will be a good promotion. Then the branding is a key aspect to move your business forward.
Sure.
And we are using it and abusing it. And we have really as you mentioned, we were at the event, in the business event in the Los Angeles with more than 2,500 people. And that has been for me an amazing place, an amazing moment. It was very intense, very exciting. And the most important is I've been nominated twice and I won 2 awards. One on the real estate, and the second one for the clubs that we are running here in Switzerland. That has been really a blast for us, and yeah, it just proved that the media, the branding is important, and you have to use it as much as you can.
Absolutely. And Cedric, this is one of the key reasons why I wanted to have you and host you early on in the show, is that I know about you. Yes, we're working alongside in some other sideline businesses, but I know about your successes, and I've wanted to bring them and highlight them on the show, because the experience and knowledge that you have gained is a key part in being able to deliver and share with other people, other viewers, and other people that are willing to learn. So again, just commend you for that, and congratulations on those 2 awards. And to Valeria, talking about the branding, I know she does some fantastic work there. I know she crosses a lot of different platforms, and the message definitely is getting out there. When I'm accessing different or looking for different topics or tips, whether it be for the show or for the business or other businesses, it's not uncommon for me to stumble onto your projects, onto your successes. So yes, you guys are absolutely doing the right thing, and you definitely are visible with your successes. Well done. Moving on, next topic I'd like to cover is life. I'd like to just move slightly off the business slightly, and just talk about yourself and your family, and what do you do for leisure, and how do you mix leisure and business?
Yeah, that's a good point. And this was really our key aspect, our big why. It was doing everything we can to build up our legacy. But the most important, it is to find the time to act as a family and spend as much time as possible. Then the advantage is I can run all my businesses from home. Then I have the time to be with my wife, with my son, which is just 4 months old. And you can imagine that we are here all the time around him, or my wife or myself. And that really gives us plenty of opportunity to have family times. We don't have to wait the evening. We don't have to wait a certain time of the day to be able to do our family time. Our family time is every day. It's business time every day. It's our dream every day that we apply. It's our commitment to our project, to our dream. And yeah, it's fantastic. And even if we have several offices in Switzerland or in the UK, we are mainly sitting here and from our home in Switzerland.
Yeah, if I cover a couple of points that we've really discussed now, it really does summarize exactly what you're saying there. I mean, the business is successful. You are spanning the globe. Yes, obviously Valeria is involved, and you do have your 4-year-old son. And for those that don't know, we'll start seeing it. Son is always prevalent in a lot of the social media and the branding. In fact, you posted a picture the other day of him reading a business book. Very well done. Yeah. So you cater for the soft-hearted side of us as well. But another key part that, again, I'd like to say well done on is there's a lot of women out there that don't believe that they can be successful once they have had a baby, or they will, I don't want to speak out of turn, but potentially use that as an excuse of not being able to get there. And yourself and Valeria are just prove exactly that you can mix business, leisure, work, family life all together and still be successful, very successful in both elements. So well done on that, and you're a fantastic example to show to the broad network that I know you are engaged in. So well done. I did have another question. It was going to cover family, but I think we've ticked that one off. So let's move back to business again. You guys absolutely kill the family side of things. It's fantastic, and your balance is just brilliant. So back to business again. You guys are in business due to market gaps and opportunities. Can you tell me how you pretty much have designed that, and how you've taken those opportunities and created solutions out of those opportunities?
And I mean, opportunities are only if you think that they are opportunities. And I would say that every moment of the world, every moment of life, there is opportunities. It is the way that you look at them. And this is what we are really working with our partners. This is really to figure out what can be an opportunities. And this is from there, we really identify what can be an opportunities, and you create an opportunities only if you know what you can do with it or what is the demand. And if you know that there is a demand on a certain area, this is where you can look for opportunities and how to create them, because you have to create them. They're not just falling. You have to create the opportunities. And this is what we work on everyday basis. We look for opportunities because we know what is the demand. We know what is needed for the community. We know what is needed for the population. Then from there we can really...
Sorry, Cedric. I know there's so many different that you can work on within property, from individual lets to multi-lets to service accommodation to commercial to residential. There's so many different aspects, houses of multiple occupation. And I think you nailed it, such a fine fundamental point there, that for anybody that's starting off in this game, for the people that have been doing it for some time, they would have learned, and potentially have learned the hard way, that not only is it when you're presented with an opportunity, but it's a key and fundamental understanding of what the market requirements are and what the demand is in that specific area for you to be able to execute which one of those strategies are. You can have a fantastic idea in one city and in one building, and if you try and replicate that in another city, it doesn't always work. So having a better understanding of the market demands in that specific area is absolutely fundamental and key for your success. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting with a property that either A, doesn't rent or doesn't sell, and that can either bring you down, or if you've got investors involved, it's going to lose your investors, which at the end of the day, it's going to kill your brand. And once you've killed your brand, it's going to kill you as a company. So from my nugget of wisdom that you've given me is, with your opportunities, work very, very quietly within the demand constraints of what those specific areas will offer you. Would I be correct, Cedric?
Yes, for sure. Yes, you're totally right. And I would say what you mentioned, it is, if you don't use the approach, if you are not applying a proper strategy in creating opportunities, then basically you are going to damage your own personality, your own branding, and is very difficult to build and extremely easy to break.
Sure. And would you say that's a key component of the strength that you have built into your network with your team or power team, is that built-in trust that that they bring for the due diligence to help understand whether or not an opportunity will work or not? So tell me about the network and the people that you have and the strength that they bring you.
And I mean, the network and the people that you are working with, you have to really build the trust. And trust is, I would say, the first aspect in every business. Trust and loyalty are really the keys. From there, you can really move forward. And of course, you have to do all the due diligence that goes around it. And it can be on the market, can be on the location, can be on the finance. It's in every aspect. And that from there. Now, the network, basically what it brought us a lot of support, because you don't know what you don't know. And sure. By going out, by using your network, by using the people that you are with every day, it brings you the proper answers. And pushing them to use their own network, basically you get even more information, even more knowledge just by using your own network. And from there, when you collect all those information, all those potential opportunities, basically you can really move forward.
Okay. No, that's brilliant. We're starting to run shy of a little bit of time here, Cedric. Opportunity now for you to speak to the viewers. Is there anything that you are looking for? Is there anybody in the viewership that you would like to engage or discuss anything further? Are you looking for investors? Are you looking for opportunities? Are you looking for contacts in different countries? Please tell our viewers, what are you looking for? How can we help you?
No, basically, and I mean, we want to give back. Then to give back is to create new business, new deals, new projects, and so on. But we of course need always very good project, and we are looking always for project. We have project coming on a regular basis. I would say we have 2 or 3 projects coming per week that we are going through. And as well, what is very important is to find investors, equity partners, I would say. I don't like the word investors. It's more equity partner, because at the end of the day, we are all partners. And we want to take care about our partners. And yes, we are looking all the time as well for equity partners, because this is not just about us. It's about the team, it's about the people that we are with in our network. And everybody has the possibility to get back. And by a very good return, by participating to good action to the community. And yeah, that's all what we are looking for. Support for the charity, new deals opportunities. It can be in the UK, it can be in Europe, I would say mainly Switzerland, Germany, and as well investors or equity partners.
Equity partners. So really, equity partners, potential opportunities or development opportunities or sites, and primarily within the UK, Switzerland, and Germany. Is that right?
Correct, yes.
All right, people, and we've mentioned the website, we've mentioned the Facebook page, we mentioned Cedric's name. Please reach out to him. He's a fantastic guy, really. And I know from experience and from other people's testimonials, a phenomenal person to work with. Cedric, at this part of the show, I like to wrap it up with something that you've already covered in quite a lot of detail. In fact, it's part of your mantra or your USP about what you're doing, and it's about paying it forward to those less fortunate. In other episodes, we've touched on everything from carbon neutral developments to working with the homeless, to taking derelict sites and bringing them back into use for families. And yours is such a strong message that working with people in different parts of the world. So do you want to say a little bit more about that in terms of from a gratitude perspective, and what we can actually do to potentially work with you in the future with that?
Yes, and I mean, I always love to work with other people and helping them to feel better. I've been working, as you mentioned, around the world, and one of my main targets, everywhere I was, that could be in Africa, that could be in India, or somewhere else, it is try to really see how I could help the community and use my free time for whatever I was doing to build something with them. And one of the things that I did, for example, in India, I built an orphanage for the community. In Africa, I was building a school as well. Then all this that brought me this passion, this need of keep going and trying to find a way to build this. Not, I call it a charity, but it's more as the way to give back and to help the people to be independent, to learn how to be better. And that's really important. And I really, how say that? I really say that everybody should do that. You know, we should all give back.
Absolutely.
That's really for me a very important. And this is a drive, and you feel so much better when you do that.
Sure.
You know, it's such a release. It's you feel so grateful. You feel so empowered. And yeah, I love it. It's give me the boost, it give me the energy, and you feel proud as well, you know. And this is what is important as well. It builds up your proudness. That's
fantastic. Well, folks, viewers, listeners, you've heard it all here. This is Cedric Vinclair, not only a family man, a successful businessman, serial entrepreneur, and obviously successful philanthropist as well, somebody who gives back. What a phenomenal human being. I'm truly honored to have had you on the show, Building Returns. That's what we're all about. We return the buildings and we provide returns from the buildings. Please can you join us next week at 8 p.m. We'll be hosting somebody else from another corner of the world. But again, this is Building Returns from Source My Property. And tonight we hosted Cedric Vinclair. Cedric, thank you very much for joining me. Deeply honored, and I'm sure we're going to catch up soon. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, John, and looking forward for next week. And in the meantime, I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Oh, you reminded me, I didn't wear my Christmas hat today. I'm going to have to wear that next week.
You see? Next week, don't
Cedric's
forget.
providing value again, you see?
And
There we go. Thank you very much, Cedric. Have a great evening. And please say hello to Valeria. Okay.
Very good. Bye.